World News investigation. Last year, more than 37 million prescriptions were written for medications like Fosamax to fight or prevent osteoporosis. Many people stay on them for years and years, but for weeks now, Dr. Richard Besser has been looking into reports that in some women and other people over time, the drugs weaken certain bones, and he is here now with his results. Rich, what did you find?
Diane, there's no question that Fosamax and other bisphosphonates are valuable drugs. In the right women, they can prevent hip fractures, which can be deadly. The use of these drugs, however, has skyrocketed, and we've been hearing about women having unusual breaks in their thigh bones. As I looked into this, I was shocked by the lack of attention this has received by the federal government.
Sandy Potter was jumping rope with neighborhood children when it happened.
I went up in the air and came straight down to the ground.
Take a look at this. Her femur didn't just break, it literally snapped in two.
The pain was excruciating.
She began taking the osteoporosis drug, Fosamax, at the age of 48. She'd been on it for 8 years. Specialists at major medical centers confirm a surprising number of women who've been on Fosamax, or its generic form, alendronate, for more than 5 years are fracturing their femurs.
Here we have an x-ray that you could mistake for a person who was involved in a car accident.
And what did she do to get this kind of a break?
She was just walking down the steps and her leg gave way.
It gave way, and it gives a picture like a car accident.
That's correct.
And that's unusual.
That's very unusual. The femur is one of the strongest bones in your body.
It is believed that while the drug at first helps prevent bone loss, over time it might also limit your bone's natural ability to protect itself from stress.
When they were on it for 5, 6, 7, or 8 years, they will then develop problems of brittle bone.
It was what might have happened to Sue Heller from Colorado. She's 61 years old and has been on Fosamax for 10 years. She broke both her femurs.
If they knew that this was a possible side effect and I didn't know it, I wouldn't be pleased.
In 2008, the Food and Drug Administration raised the issue with Merck.
It took Merck more than a year to respond, at which time they added information on the package insert that comes with the medication. It's right here. It's on the back, section 6.2, under musculoskeletal, 6 words: low energy femoral shaft and subtrochanteric fractures.
As for the FDA, responsible for the nation's drug safety, they have never made an effort to inform the public or doctors across the country who are prescribing this drug of this possible side effect. The FDA declined our request for an interview. In a statement, they said they are looking into reports of the fractures. Merck also declined an interview, but said a relationship between Fosamax and these fractures has not been established. But while the FDA and Merck are not ready to issue a warning, Sandy Potter, with her severely broken femur, wishes someone had.
This has changed my life. I'm much more careful with the activities and things that I do.
These drugs prevent a lot of hip fractures when given to the right group of women. However, you need to make sure you're part of that group that really needs them. If you've been on the medication for over 5 years, speak to your doctor. Have additional tests done to see if you need to continue taking the drugs. And if you feel pain in your thigh, see your doctor right away. Diane?
So pain is associated with it.
Most of these women describe pain for many months, up to a year before their thigh breaks.
And again, so many people on these drugs, so many primary care doctors prescribing them who may or may not know about this. Thanks to you, Rich. And we want to hear from all of you. If you know anyone who's had this experience, please write us, let us know. Our website, abcnews.com, is standing by and waiting for your word.